This is absolutely stunning. Fox News is sick of the Trump administration and their awful economic policies. I don't know why they're surprised, because Donald Trump, for the entire election, said he was going to do tariffs, and everyone on our side was like, he's fucking going to do tariffs. But Fox either didn't care, wasn't paying attention, or didn't take him seriously. But he's doing the tariffs. But now Fox is pissed. I mean, there was a stunning moment where Peter Doocy trashed Trump for his failing economic policies.
This is a White House that came in trying to get federal workers to retire by the hundreds of thousands. But it's tough to make the argument that you should retire if your retirement accounts are getting throttled, which is what is happening right now.
And they are getting throttled because this is, as you all know, the stock market is supposed to go up. It's not supposed to go down. And you know when it started going down was when Donald Trump started to make insane moves around tariffs. And it looks like April 2nd, we're going to be hit with even more. And tariffs are not a tax on countries. They are a tax on the American people. And Donald Trump seems to think that this is a brilliant idea to tax the American people, but it's not going to work out for anyone besides maybe him. I mean, I'm wondering, is he somehow getting money out of this? Is he somehow manipulating the market so that he can buy when it's low and sell when it's high? I don't know. Before we get to this stunning moment that happened moments ago on Fox News, Tom Suozzi was also on Fox News. Democratic Congressman Tom Suozzi, we need more Democrats on Fox. I love that he did this. And he destroyed DOGE and what they're doing in the government. Watch this.
Interruption. You've made DOGE a main target, right? You've got that in the crosshairs. Medicaid is the next target on behalf of Democrats. There are 80 million Americans who receive some measure of Medicaid reimbursement to a tune of $600 billion. Can you not admit that there's got to be some waste, fraud, and abuse?
There's no question.
In that $600 billion.
There's waste, fraud, and abuse throughout government. There's no question about that, and we have to go after waste, fraud, and abuse. But let's recognize that 2/3 of the people in nursing homes are paid for with Medicaid. 1/10 of the veterans in the United States of America are on Medicaid. There are 70 million Americans on Medicaid. It's not just low-income people who don't have any other resources. It's not just disabled people who really have no other opportunities. It's not just people getting the Affordable Care Act help with health insurance. It's veterans. It's senior citizens.
But you
children.
can see that there is room to trim in that area.
Yeah, but what we're seeing from DOGE, what we've been seeing so far, a lot of it's just been reckless. Why do you want to eliminate people who work to oversee the nuclear stockpile? Why do you want to get rid of people who oversee the avian flu? Why do you want to get rid of people who oversee a measles outbreak in Texas and in New Mexico?
But they brought them back. I mean, I see your point.
But there's a lot of these instances, and I've been involved in government before where I've reduced the size of the workforce when I was Nassau County Executive by 15 to 20%. You have to have a plan. It can't just be reckless and just cut without a plan as to how you're going to still deliver the important services.
Still early.
So there's agreement that something.
So good. Do you think anyone who watches Fox has heard that before? So smart that he's on there, that he's saying that, because what DOGE is doing is reckless. I agree that we can all agree. The government is bloated, but this is not how you go about it. And I love that he's on Fox News saying this. And on Fox News also, Maria, can never pronounce her name right, Bartiromo, lost her patience with the Treasury Secretary over tariffs. There's a couple of clips. Here's the first one.
And they have substantial tariffs. And as important as the tariff are some of these non-tariff barriers where they have domestic content production, where they do testing on whether it's our food or products that bear no resemblance to safety or anything that we do to their products.
See, these are the things that people are really worried about, because they first thought it was just about trade. Then they thought it was just about fentanyl. Then after that, we talked about, well, maybe it's currency manipulation, and maybe it's now you're talking about food testing. And when I bring up the issue of clarity, that's what I'm talking about, and that's what I'm hearing from corporate America, that we're not sure where this is going. But of course, we will get resolution on April 2nd, rather. Secretary,
amazing. And I know y'all are going to be like, are you serious? That's pushing back. Yes. She's basically saying, and this is, trust me, in this sort of environment with Trump and this administration, the way that they attack the press, this is incredibly crazy that she's doing this. It's good, but it's crazy that she's doing it because she's basically saying, what is the plan? There is no plan. People who are business leaders are telling me there is no plan, and no one, and in order to run a company, in order to run a country, you need consistency, you need stability, and she's saying, we don't have it. We don't have it. And then Bissent, oh my gosh, threatened her job. He threatened her job. Watch this.
Story. The other day, you were asked a question by another outlet. Can you guarantee that we're not going to have a recession? And you wanted to address that this morning.
Yeah, well, look, it was a silly question. Can you guarantee there's not going to be a recession? I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee that the journalist who asked me the question that her news program's going to be on in a year. But what I can guarantee you is that there is no reason we need to have a recession. I think that there's the economy in the first quarter is doing better than the media is reporting. I think we're seeing some very good underlying data from credit card companies, from banks. I think that the airlines, which reported some bad passenger numbers, a big amount of that is from federal employees who are not flying right now. So the underlying economy is healthy.
Story the other day.
Wow. He is a terrible public speaker. That man, I don't know if he's nervous or if he's just bad at public speaking, but the stammering and stuff. And I know this is not a political take, but he reminds me of a Will Ferrell character a little bit.
Look, it was a silly question.
Well, what was it? So yeah, that was. So I don't know. Good on Maria for sticking to it. It's crazy to me. The Treasury Secretary was like, well, I don't know. We might not have a recession. We may. You might not have a job in a year. That's how he's handling this line of questioning. And as someone said here, translation, shut up with these questions if you don't want to be in Gitmo. Yeah, that's kind of how the Trump administration works now. Translation, I can't guarantee the economy won't crash, but I can guarantee I'll deflect my job depends on it. It also sounds like he's saying, but I can guarantee you won't have a job in a year. LMAFAO, the economy we inherited is so strong that it hasn't totally folded yet under the weight of all the madness we're inflicting upon it is not the best argument. LOL. Yeah, let's keep watching this. This is the thing that is going to matter most to conservatives who voted for Trump while holding their nose because they thought he was going to bring them a great economy. And as we all knew, that was never going to be the case. That was never the case. But now they have to eat humble pie, and they had to suffer with the rest of us, I guess. I wish we weren't suffering. I wish we just had Kamala Harris as president, but we don't. We have Trump and his tariffs, but at least we could enjoy Fox News having to eat a little bit of it too.